What's going on, Buff Nation? Rivalry week is alive and well. I love it. I got to be honest with you. I love a good old-fashioned smack talk. This show is brought to you by BetUS. We got a lot to go over. Going to talk about the smack talk that was brought to you by linebacker from Nebraska taking blows on Shedeur Sanders, taking blows on just the team in general. It's going to be fantastic to watch and go over that. Then we're going to preview the Nebraska game a little bit. It's going to be a banger. Play my theme music, baby.
I flush my juice down in the club.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This young man's name, I think, is Mekhi Gaber, I believe. Linebacker for Nebraska. 3-star linebacker last year, freshman, sophomore this year, a whopping 2 tackles in game 1. Look, am I taking little subtle jabs here? Yeah, I'm having fun with it, all right? Relax. This young man comes out from the clouds. Look, Matt Rule didn't say a word. Coach Prime, nothing but respect. Kept it in between the lines. Rightfully so. And look, I love the fact that this young man didn't hold it back at all. The confidence is through the roof, as it should be, where you're coming from. And I love it. And I love it. But I feel like the one thing learned from last year was if you just don't say anything. When a team talks shit against Colorado, 0-4, right? The other 6 teams like, we ain't gonna say nothing. we just ain't gonna talk. And they did okay with it, all right? So I thought we were gonna go this week and nothing was gonna be said. I go, okay, we're gonna have a real one here. For some reason, Colorado just snaps when you say something. And this young man just took the bait and ran with it. Take a listen to what he had to say about double coverage and then what he had to say about Shedeur Sanders.
That's how we coming down there.
Like that to send a message.
Get them hard from the start. Kickoff. I'm gonna be running down on kickoff. You see me down there. They're gonna need 2 guys to block me. I want them to know that. That's how we coming down there. You gotta have Tavion. You got Gage Snake. You got a lot of guys who come down there with a hot head, ready to attack everything. This team is hungry. We put in a lot of work this offseason. We worked our tails off for another team to come in here, think that they're gonna run through us or it's gonna be sweet. Good luck to them.
Woo! Look, nothing he said was wrong. I love every bit of it, but by God, them fighting words. You better bring double. You better bring 2. You think you're just gonna come in here, walk into the big red house and do something? Nah. Look, I condone it. I love it. I'm all for it. But that's some kahunas right there. Okay, they're gonna need 2 of them. But you're like 6'2", 210. Okay, let's relax a little bit. All right, run around like we're 6'5". Okay, 270. Let's take it easy here. Nebraska is. I'm telling you, boys. I know they've done some great things over the last couple of months here. I know last year they had a pretty decent football team. We're missing a quarterback. They go get Dylan Raiola. Massive pickup. I'm telling you, Nebraska. I don't know the media, the mass media. They're all in on the Huskers this year. They're feeling good about Nebraska. We're gonna get into that, but let's take a look real quick at this comment that he had to say. You can't compare Dylan Raiola and Shedeur Sanders. Don't do that. Yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't compare a freshman quarterback, 5-star quarterback, to the potential first-round / Heisman candidate quarterback in Shedeur Sanders. You just don't do that, right? Dylan is a different man. I mean, look, this is the iconic Terrell Owens. That's my quarterback, man. And this is how he should be. I'm all for it. Like, this is how his mindset should be. So you say it out loud to public media. That's where maybe I ask questions. That's where maybe, hey, pump the brakes, big dog. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm all for hyping your guy up. And Dylan Raiola may be him. He may be that guy. 4 years from now, 3 years from now, he may be better than what Shedeur Sanders is at this very moment. But you think game 2... Now, if he comes in and just absolutely wallops 350, 3 touchdowns, a small pick because he gets a little nervous, but ultimately just steamrolls this team, I'll have to eat my words. I ain't going to eat dog shit out of a cup like that FSU guy, but I'll eat my words. I think Dylan Raiola is a special young man. I just think that is maddening to say that he's basically saying, like, there's Dylan and then Shedeur. The ceiling may be, right? There's so much time left to tell. But this is first round, this is an NFL quarterback right now. He could have went last year if he really wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I love it. I love it. It's a little maddening. I got to be honest with you. It's a little crazy. Let's talk this preview a little bit. Let's get into this bad boy. Of course, the show is brought to you by BetUS. Go to betus.com. Use code YouTube150. That's right, 150. Get back 150% on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. 150. What's 125? Bumped it up. Go get it. Go get some action on that. Nebraska's favored -7. Okay? At home, you usually get a 3-point buffer. That's kind of the rule of Vegas. All right? And then they go from there. So they're giving Nebraska basically, if it's on neutral field, it'd be -4 to kind of give you a thought process on that perspective. Week 2, look, teams, they're still trying to figure teams out. Colorado comes a little flat-footed out against North Dakota State. Nebraska goes out there. Dillon goes for 250, 2 touchdowns to get UTEP or whoever. Looks good. The flash is there. Keep in mind, Nebraska football, people love for Nebraska football to be good. It's good for college football. It used to be the brand back in the 90s, and they have been gone forever. People love Matt Rule. It brings an excitement to the sport. It is what it is. That's kind of where I believe that lean is going. Again, they felt like last year they had all the right pieces defensively, details, all these things. Just needed a quarterback to go and do that. Okay? And a lot of people argue, okay, hey, yes, Colorado steamrolled Nebraska last year, but they got off to the first 6 possessions, 3 of them were turnovers, right? They started in a 13-0 hole, never had that quarterback, had Jeff Sims, I believe it was, never could get the ball rolling to be able to come back. All she wrote. I hear you. And now also, too, you're going to play at home. Things are adding up. That's a lot of stock in a freshman quarterback. This game is arguably, outside of Texas-Michigan game, just given the fact that you have the previous national championship going up against the number 3 team in the country in Texas, this is arguably going to be the biggest game of Saturday, outside of that Texas and Michigan game. Just the history, the rivalry, where these two programs are, because this is going to be really a catalyst on where the two teams go from here. Colorado, obviously, we know with their schedule, how things playing out for the Big 12. This is going to be a big one to get them 2-0 over that hump. This is obviously a piece to getting to that 6-game win streak, getting to that bowl game, getting to possibly a playoff berth if things were to fall in the right direction. Nebraska, this could settle again, kind of confirm what everyone feels and believes, like we're back, right? Nebraska football has arrived. Smash Mouth football is here. I just don't see it. I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not trying to do all those things. I could eat my words. I really could. I just think that offense, I know there's some struggles on defense. I know that those things that they were hoping to attack and Coach Prime on defense, that's what's going to be a question mark come Saturday. And look, I think there's going to be some head scratchers if defensively on that line in the trenches, things are improved. Nebraska had a top 10 rush stop defense last year. I'm not concerned about that. Colorado hasn't ran the ball once. Now they need to run the ball more, but it's the Shedeur Sanders in the backfield that people need to be concerned about. Again, and defensively, they allowed North Dakota to run 81 yards on them last week. So there's some things to improve on. First game jitters is kind of what we're looking to get over with. My big takeaway is the fact that they were able to get it done. I talked about the thing earlier in the week. The fact that they were able to win that game and show that, hey, we're not the same team that we were, and able to pull that off. I think that was a big turning point for them to kind of really build momentum. Like, hey, we really can't do this. We struggled a little bit, but we were able to find a way to win. Right now, they're loading the plane at this very moment. This picture's live. Just kidding. To head on over to Nebraska again tomorrow. The game is at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And by God, if all eyeballs aren't going to be turned onto that thing, I know mine will be. Should be an absolute shootout. I was going to say, put in the comments how you feeling, but I know you're going to be feeling good. But tell me, Buff fans, I mean, obviously, I know week 1, there were some frustrations, there were some concerns, things didn't, change like we thought or we heard, but it is week 1, no need to panic. I mean, look at Oregon. Oregon was a big-time school that struggled against Idaho Vandals, number 3 team in the country. Defensively, they gave up 14 points and only scored 24 points. They're still ranked 3rd in the country. That team has a massively talented football team, and I would argue that North Dakota State would be the Idaho Vandals. So just put all those things in perspective. North Dakota State's no slouch. A lot of weight on that. It's crazy how that game, that North Dakota State team is better than a lot of teams that people played week 1. But should be a banger. I love this smack talk. I love that it's getting rowdy into rivalry week. It should be a good one. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace and love, baby.